Burton of Fear Factory, and you are watching Bay Area Backstage.
Hi, I'm Lily, and we're here backstage on the tour bus with Fear Factory.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you? We're on tour right now.
We're on tour. This is the last two shows of our tour of this first American leg that we're doing. Obviously, we're in San Francisco tonight, and tomorrow's Las Vegas.
Oh.
And then on the 11th, we fly to Norway to start 9 shows as direct support with Metallica.
So you're keeping busy.
Yeah, and then we come back after those 9 shows. We come back to the States. We'll have 2 weeks off, and then we start another American leg tour with Prong.
Oh, wow.
Starting May 16th.
Wow.
And that'll go for a month.
So you're super busy.
Yeah, our record just came out like a month and a half ago, and we're just keeping busy.
So how do you feel about your new album?
I'm very proud of it. I'm not ashamed to say. I think we did a very good job. The chemistry, Dino coming back into the band, the chemistry between him and I is undeniable. And then there's the element of Gene Hoglan in the band, which is undeniably amazing. And we're very happy to be working all together. It's when you see us live, it's obvious that we're having a good time.
Yeah.
The band's on fire, and we're tight, very tight unit.
You guys have been around for a pretty good amount of time.
2 decades.
It's been your lineup, your crew has switched up a little bit.
Happens.
There's been but it's a business.
It is a business, and the Lakers haven't had the same team for 20 years. If you want a winning team, you got to get the right players.
Exactly.
And things change, and people change, and I've made it so that this band is continuing working.
There was an issue between the name Fear Factory, not necessarily with anyone else, but previous band members. Are they still trying to claim?
The lawsuit is still continuing.
It is.
But it has not been stopped.
No, it's gonna fight.
I'm fighting for what's rightfully mine.
Yeah, that's cool. What made you come up with Fear Factory?
Actually, Dino and I were roommates for a long time. We were friends before we started this band, and we lived together for an eternity, it seemed like. And we had this roommate, Robert, who actually lives in San Francisco now. It was Dino and myself and our one roommate, Dave, and our other roommate, Robert. And we're just, one night brainstorming. And we've been doing it for days, it seems like, trying to come up with a name. And this one night, Robert came up with Fear Factory. We're like,
perhaps.
All right. And then when we thought about it, and then, like we do everything, we always discuss it, and we come up with a concept, we come up with a philosophy, and we came up with what is a Fear Factory? And we came up with the concept and the philosophy of it, and it worked. And it wasn't industrial, it wasn't metal, it just had its own vibe to it.
Very nice. So I read that you kind of consider yourself cyber metal at one point. Someone might have said
someone coined that term on us. I can't remember who. Industrial metal, cyber metal. I think I just call it Fear Factory.
Yeah. So you wouldn't really put yourself on a kind of genre, just. If someone listens to your music, they can
decide on their own. But in this era, there's an emphasis on giving a label for everything, so they know where to sell it to. And I'm a 20th century guy. It's like, why does it need a label?
Yeah.
Come on, it's rock.
That's probably why
it's heavy metal. Just listen to it and you make your own decision.
That's a very good concept for other people.
I think so, and I think it's a concept that's gotten lost.
Yeah, well, bringing it back.
Well, 20th century.
anyone like in your wildest dreams?
Like you said before, I've been doing this a long time, and I've toured with a lot of bands. I've had the opportunity to play with a lot of bands, and my dream come true to be direct support to Metallica is coming true. The one band we have never played with and would love to play with or even tour with, and we've been friends with them for years, is Faith No More.
And you've never played with them?
I've never played with them.
You guys are buds?
We're buds. It was Billy Gould that produced Fear Factory's very first demo.
Very nice.
In the Midlife Crisis video, he's wearing a Fear Factory shirt. We only made 10 of them. And it's a long-sleeve, black long-sleeve T-shirt that has a Fear Factory logo on it. And he was sporting it in that video.
That's very cool.
So we've been friends with him, still friends with him, and whenever we run into each other, it's always fun.
heart song? Like, what really gets you, what that you've sung so far? If there's any. I know they're probably all really meaningful, but...
Well, they're all meaningful, and it depends on my mood that day.
Mm-hmm.
But I think my favorite song to sing is Self-Biased Resistor. I think that really defines who I am. You know, it's just like someone who's just always against the grain, anti-conformity.
Yeah.
You know, just very determined to persist, you know, against, you know, everything that's wrong in this world. And that, to me, defines me.
That's really cool.
You know, and depending on my mood, sometimes I like Resurrection. That one really you know, resonates through me. A new song, Final Exit, is I really feel that song when I sing it. It's just something about it just makes me like I really well up with the passion. It's like yes,
And it all just.
Yeah, I think it's very apparent when I sing it.
That was really cool. Because I mean, that's really cool to see in a musician. These days, I've seen a lot of people who sing it just about stupid, pointless, very non-meaningful things, and it's really great to see a musician who can actually sing about something they're passionate about.
Exactly. I feel the same way. I'm glad you mentioned that, because as a music lover myself and a fan of music, I can tell when it's fake.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that. You know, if I'm gonna sing about something that I'm truly passionate about, that I truly believe in, and I'm gonna make sure that you understand exactly what I'm saying.
And that will, you know, appeal to those who you actually want to love your music.
Absolutely.
Because they're gonna feel the same way.
Absolutely. I never worry about if someone's gonna understand my lyrics or not. You know, if they really want to listen to it, they can listen to it, and then they can understand what I'm saying. They can read the lyrics, and then if they don't want, if it's not about the lyrics, fine. You know, but if you decide to read the lyrics, you're gonna get something out of it.
It's very cool.
Fear campaign. That's it. Thanks. That's a great. You know, we're very happy with the way that video turned out, and Dino and I had this concept of what we wanted to see in the video. You know, with the media today, and like especially like the news media, the CNNs and the Fox News networks and the CNNBC and MSNBC and blah 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 blah, talking head networks, that it's all about information overload and just scenes of terror to make you like and control to make you really take notice and feel uncomfortable without really saying anything. And we wanted to create that image of like, well, these images of fear that are controlling us in society. This is what a fear campaign is. It's being done everywhere you look, in the media, in the streets, in, you know, people skywriting, you know, whatever. It's happening everywhere. And it's a fear campaign. It's about control. And Dino and I came up with the concepts and the ideas, and we worked really well with the directors, Ian McFarlane and Mike Pesci, who really understood it and took it to a whole new level. And when we saw what they brought to the table with their ideas and our ideas, man, we were just blown away.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm very happy with the work they did. I think it's our most adventurous and ambitious video to date. It's a shift, and it's I'm glad you used a key word called shift there, and it's there is a shift in society and culture going on right now that people are having a hard time grasping and understanding, but it's going to happen no matter what. And it's partially inspired. This record is partially inspired from various outlets and books and movies. The book The Third Wave by Alvin Toffler, who wrote Future Shock. This is like the addendum to that. And then there was the movie Zeitgeist, and you know the addendum to that as well. You know, some certain Michael Moore films, Bill Maher, a book by Richard Dawkins called The God Delusion. You know, and just life in general, and just experiencing and watching life in general. And it's you know, there is a change in the world, and you know, we've gone from the agricultural society, which was the first wave, into the industrial society. The industrial complex was the second wave, and Alvin Toffler is describing this new society based on an economic development that is really becoming a false sense of individuality, and the way it's moving is that people are not supporting society, only themselves. And that's where this world's moving towards, and this is the shift. It is it's selfish in nature, but it's also the way, you know, everyone's creating a bubble, and this, you know, everyone feels like this importance of, you know, through the media like the internet, that, you know, we have, oh, I got 5,000 friends. You're like, really? Do you have 5,000 friends?
In actuality.
Really, you know.
Can you call them all right now?
Exactly, you know. So it's it's based upon that, and then the world is, it's all mechanized. The world's becoming, the term was inspired by Gene Hoglan actually, and I was like, wow, that's a great term. And I was thinking of, he has another project called Mechanism, and I was thinking, wow, mechanism, and I was thinking about that, and obviously derived it into mechanize, and looked it up and what it meant and how it relates, and I relate everything to life, of course, and I really see the world becoming a mechanized society. We're all a cog serving a individual purpose for the goal of a higher agenda.
Yeah.
Whatever you think you're doing, and whatever you think, your independence is doing, you're still serving the purpose of a higher agenda of something we call the dollar.
Yeah. That's deep. But very well said.
Well, I'm trying to understand it still myself.
As you go along, every time you explain it more, it kind of...
Yeah, it develops and gets better and better. When we write this record, it was a real group effort, and we were in a studio, not a studio, really our rehearsal room. It's 12 by 12, full of gear and stuff like that. And there's Gene's drums, and there's Dino sitting on Gene's right, and there I am sitting on Gene's left, and then there's Byron in the middle, and we're just we're just jamming, and Dino's coming out with guitar riffs. He's a riff machine, and Gene is a really amazing drummer, obviously, and he comes up with ideas as well, and they just really, once the communication was understood between everyone, because it was a new process of working with new people. Once that was understood, which didn't take a very long time, it started rolling really fast, and the music was just like pam, 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 and Dino and Gene had this understanding, and once they started getting these riffs together and everything was coming together, I was able to I used my voice as another instrument. So I might be saying a word or two or something like that, but it's all about rhythm. It's all about delivery. It's all about, an emphasis on a part. It's all about an accent. And I'm just there trying to come up with my ideas, and we're all working together.
Right.
And we wrote this record faster than any record we wrote it, recorded it, and mixed and mastered in like 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fast. And it was really amazing. It wouldn't have happened if the creative energy wasn't as intense as it was. And it was like, yeah, I call it a creative consciousness that was in that room. It was amazing. Fear Factory is going to be continuing to tour throughout this year. We'll be coming to San Francisco again later this year, probably with Prong, and a couple other great bands that we can figure out who to get. We're going to be doing another video, so look for that. On Top of Fear campaign, and we'll probably be the same directors. Nice. We're gonna keep getting out there and doing more music, and probably by the end of next year, hopefully have another album ready in the works.
Wow.
But thank you. I want to just say thank you for everyone who supported Fear Factory, and come out and see us, and if you don't have the album yet, get it. You won't be disappointed.